Good evening, everyone. This is Jared, CNY Bandit Outdoors. I'm kind of bored tonight. My wife is upstairs during her weekly Mary Kay meeting, and I was messing around after dinner, and I wanted to share a hack with you guys that I found. So, as you can see, I have my Stanley Compact Stainless Cook Set Mountain Series. I have the new titanium top that I just made a video about a week or two ago. Week and a half ago. And so the hack that I wanted to bring, this is a stove. I'm not sure if I think I've had it in another video at some point. Haven't really done a detailed thing on it, but I'm using the Sterno Camping Green Wick fuel. So this canister, unlike the old Sterno, has a little bit of a top on it that sits up off the can. Some of the other smaller Sterno cans just have a flat top, but this aluminum pot riser, I guess, this little aluminum emergency stove, this is an actual Sterno product that some people may be aware about, may not be aware about, but this is an older product you were able to buy this. This was a Sterno emergency stove, and they were for use with the old 7-ounce Sterno cans. So the newer Sterno cans are the same diameter, so this little stove will work. I picked this up at a small antique store, I guess it was, and for just a couple bucks, and thought it was pretty cool. So the problem that I had when using this stove and when I've tried to do boil tests is that with the old cans with the flat top, even with the top of the can, they're down about a half-inch lower. And that allowed the ample space for the flame to work properly. Well, with this can, you can kind of see the threads inside that the top screws onto. This essentially lifts it up a half-inch higher, and the flame can't breathe well enough. So the hack that I have, which if you're looking over here, you probably wonder, what do I have this for? So this, a lot of little risers that you would have to use for like heat fins to raise your stove up, or raise your pot up off from your actual hobo stove. So if you imagine this as a hobo stove, imagine that as a tuna can with holes in it, or your fancy feast stove. You need something to make the risers out of. So some people have used pieces of sheet metal. Well, you have these apple cores, which you can buy from a dollar store. This is my wife's good one. I'm not going to tear this apart. This is actually a little wider than the one I have currently, but the one I have currently is hidden under the pot. So all I did, went to the dollar store, bought it, I removed all the plastic, and essentially you were left with the stainless framework, so that the pot can sit down on top of, and this fits on top of a regular sized tuna can. Also on my stove, for this set that I made, it will just fit on this ring, on these edges. Now you do want to be careful, because one edge of these apple cores and apple slicers, the bottom edge, is sharp. So you want to be careful with these edges, because they are sharp if you're packing and storing them away. But this particular one is actually a little bit bigger and would actually fit on my stove better. But again, I'm not going to rip my wife's apart. So again, dollar store hack, you want a cheap stainless riser for your pot, for your hobo stove, that would be the size of a regular tuna can. So again, I have here this is a regular size tuna can, same size diameter as the Sterno canisters. One of these tops, take the plastic off, and essentially this will act as your little pot riser, and you would just have to make sure that you have a place to safely store it. The little one I have in here, again, is about maybe a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch shorter or narrower in diameter than this one. But on this, we'll actually test this before I start the video. That little one that I have on the stove will fit right down inside the top of my coffee filter system. Here it will fit down in, and then the handle nests nicely on that. So Again, kind of a cool little cheap hack if you want a nice looking, you don't have to rivet it, you don't have to cut it. All you have to do is take the plastic off and you have a stainless steel pot riser for your Hobo stove or your Sterno emergency stove if you have one, or your Fancy Feast stove. Hope this video was useful. Oh, and also to dollar store, little rubberized silicone pot holder. So this tucks right in my bag. Can set my, not my wood burning stove, but at least set this to protect our wooden table, since I'm doing this inside tonight. Or this can also be used as a kind of a holder. I could even grip here with. I do have something else that I use separate for this. I have a silicone handle sleeve for a cast iron pan that I have in my cook kit as well. But this is just something extra. I can set a hot pan down, whatnot, and these things are good up to, I think, like a good 500 degrees anyways. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments and sections below what you guys think, and we will catch you guys later. Have a great rest of your week.